Hello, once again welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about types of strain gauges. And again this topic is for third semester BSc Electronics students of Calicut University. So what are the different types of strain gauge? The strain gauges can be classified into different types according to the materials we used. Anyway, here we are focusing on the mainly two types of strain gauges, that is bonded strain gauges and unbonded strain gauges. So based on the mounting or how it is fixed, it can be classified into two types. First one we called it is a bonded strain gauge. A strain gauge in which the resistance element is fine resistance wire about 25 micrometer in diameter or less, usually in zigzag form, embedded in an insulating package material such as impregnated vapor or plastic. This type of materials are called bonded strain gauge. That means the strain material, the material are permanently fixed in a paper or a plastic, that is impregnated paper or plastic, which is cemented to the pressure sensing element and is called bonded strain gauge. There is some figure for the bonded strain gauge. Again, it's a fine resistive wires of 25 micrometers, so that we can be stretch the wire corresponding to the applied pressure. And this is in the form of zigzag or embedded. That is, embedded means this is in a packed or packed. It is called embedded. And this type is called bonded strain gauge. So here, in any change in surface dimensions of the structure due to the mechanical strain are transmitted to the resistance wire and causing an increase or decrease of the length and corresponding resistance change. So the working principle of strain, we see the working principle of strain gauge in the last class. So according to that working principle, if any stress or a strain will be given to the surface of this wire, will cause decrease or increase in the length of the wire, which will cause the resistance change. And the bonded strain gauge, therefore, is basically a transducer for surface strain. So it can be used to measure the surface strain, or transducer which is used to measure the surface strain. So any change in surface dimensions of the structure due to mechanical strain are transmitted to the resistance wire, causing an increase or decrease of its length and corresponding resistance changes. So this type of strain gauge is called bonded strain gauge. And we see some figures here. That is, strain sensitive pattern is given here. This is zigzag pattern. These are two terminals. So applying a tension, the area narrows and resistance increase. Here we will be applying the tension like this. So the area is widened and the resistance increase. The length of the wire is increasing, so the resistance is increasing according to our law. That is, R is directly proportional to length and R is inversely proportional to area. So according to this principle, the resistance is increased. And where is a compression is there, like this, there is a compression in this side and this side, There's a compression is there, resistance is decreased, and the resistance is lower the resistance. There is a tension is there, then higher the resistance. So this is the principle of bonded strain gauge. This material is bonded or adheres in the surface of the some material, that's a plastic or some type of material. So this strain gauge consists of three parts are there. The first one is the base. This is called base material. So several type of base material are used for support the wire. The base material is mainly used to support the resistive wire. This is the resistive wire which is supported by the base material or carrier material. Impregnated papers is used for room temperature applications. The base wire support the wire. This impregnated paper is used for room temperature application. Other materials are epoxy material is used for 200 degree to 150 degree centigrade. Bakelite impregnated cellulose or glass fiber filled materials are used up to 200 degree centigrade for continuous operation and up to 300 degree centigrade for limited operation. So depending upon the base material, operating temperature is also varying. And also we see that the characteristics, it is independent of temperature. Strain gauges are not that much dependent upon the temperature, and the temperature range for the base material is three type of base material. Room temperature, we can be use some type of impregnant papers are there, epoxy or cellulose or a glass filled materials are used. The second one is adhesive. So as the name indicates, it's a bonding material. It is used as a bonding material. In order that strain be faithfully transferred to the strain gauge. If this material is properly bonded to the base material, then only the strain applied on this base material is properly transferred to this strain gauge. So the bond has to be formed between the surface to be strained and the plastic backing material on which the gauge is mounted. So the main purpose of this adhesive material is proper bonding of these two materials. And third one is lead. It should be such materials which have low stable resistivity and also low resistance temperature coefficient. To have low and stable resistivity. These are called leads or terminals. Resistance cannot be varying corresponding to tension or pressure applied on this. So it is a low and stable resistivity and also low resistance temperature coefficient. And these are some figures of the different type of bonded strain gauges. Different structures are there, and these different structures are used for different applications. The second one is called unbonded strain gauge. Second type is called unbonded. So arrangement of unbonded strain gauge consists of the following. There are two frames are there, P and Q. There is a frame Q is here and a frame P is here, carrying rigidly fixed insulated pins as shown in this figure, frame P and Q. These two frames can be moved relative with respect to each other, and they are held together by a spring loaded mechanism. These two frames are moved to each other so that there is a stretch between this resistive material. A strain will be stretched around the insulated pins, and the strain gauge is connected to again Wheaton's bridge. If you applied a strain force here, there is a stretch will be there. Due to this, if force is in this direction, there is a stretch in this strain gauge, which will be vary the resistance, and that variation will be measured by using Wheaton's bridge. When the force is applied on this structure under study, that is frame P and Q. P moves relative to Q. There is a frame P, so move relative to Q, and due to this strain, due to this applied strain, this is the force or strain, the strain gauge will change in the length and cross section. To change the length and cross section, that is the strain, that is the strain gauge is strained, and that type of strain gauges are called unbonded strain gauge. The bonded strain gauge, this material is adhesive to the base material. Here it is not adhesive, so it can be varying. That type of unbonded. And the strain gauge resistance, the strain gauge and this change, the resistance of the strain gauge is measured by using Wheaton's bridge as in the figure. Calibrated become the measure of the applied force. There is these are moving parts. Two branches are there, R3 and R2 and R3. R1 and R4 is a permanent. So by applying some pressure, this moving member will be moved left or right, so that this material is stretched and equivalent strain can be measured. If there is no force applied, the voltage, this galvanometer will be read 0 volt. If there is a stress or strain will be applied, then corresponding to this, there is a variation in this galvanometer, and that is equivalent to the applied force. So this is the basic of bonded strain gauge. Unbonded strain gauge, and this is again figure show the unbonded strain gauge. There is a diaphragm is there. Here we apply the pressure, and according to there is a plane, this force is applied, then this structure will be vary, and corresponding the strain of the strain gauge is vary, and this is connected to a Wheaton's bridge, and by the variation of the output voltage we can be calculate how much pressure is applied on the strain gauge. So the applications of unbonded strain gauge. Unbonded strain gauge is used in places where the gauge is to be detached and used again and again. Unbonded strain gauges are used in force, pressure and acceleration measurement. They can be used in vehicles also. Advantages of unbonded strain gauge. The range of this gauge is equal to is plus or minus 0.15% strain. This gauge is very high accuracy. Limitation is occupy more space. So these are the two main type of strain gauges we are studying in this syllabus. Based on the principle of working, we can also classify the strain gauges into mechanical strain gauge, which is used to measure the mechanical pressure or strain. Electrical strain gauges. Piezoelectric strain gauges, that is piezoelectric crystals are used to measure the strain or a pressure or temperature, whatever may be there. Or based on construction, so foil strain gauges are there, semiconductor strain gauges are there, photoelectric strain gauges are there. So these are the six type of strain gauges. So in this video, we are mainly discussing about the two type of strain gauges, that is bonded strain gauges and unbonded strain gauges, and its working principle. And thank you for listening my video, and if you like, please share this video and subscribe, and also you can comment it. Thank you for listening.